There are 7 brutally harsh truths every man must learn once he reaches the age of 30. And learning these truths can be the difference between spending the rest of your 30s single and alone or settling down with your 10 out of 10 dream girl. In this video, I'm going to break down the brutal realities of dating past this point in your life and how to effectively find wife-quality women if you're still single. So make sure you watch till the end and click the first link in the description to get my free guide on how to attract these women effortlessly. And it all starts with what I call the wife timeline. Here's what nobody will tell you about finding a 10 out of 10 girl. It can take a minimum of 2 to 4 years. Let me explain. Let's say you were a total Chad with all of the game and options in the world. Your dating apps were full of matches and you could effortlessly approach any girl anytime. You're not going to choose the first girl you meet and marry. It takes time to truly get to know someone. You need to see if she's compatible and then make an informed decision on whether or not she's suitable to be your girlfriend or future wife. With this in mind, let's do some basic math. Let's say it takes you 3 months of meeting girls and going on dates to find a girl you think has wife potential. Let's say you make her your girlfriend and you guys date for 6 months and eventually things don't work out and you break up. That's 9 months of your life gone. But now you're back at square one, needing to go on dates again and find another girl who is wife material. Except this time, because you just got out of a breakup, it takes you another 3 to 6 months to move on and find the next girlfriend. With these numbers, even if you're being generous, it will likely take at least 2 years to be in a committed relationship with your future wife. And that's if you already have great game and a system for regularly meeting women and getting dates. Now, if you're a guy who's currently struggling to get dates and meet women, it can take you 6 to 12 months just to get good at the skill of dating to start regularly meeting women. Here's some data to understand what I mean. For the average client in my program, we completely build their profile from scratch with new photos, bios, and prompts. We create a game plan for them to cold approach and meet women every single week in person, and we give them our copy-paste text message scripts to get all of these women out on dates. They also get unlimited access to me and my team to coach them through this entire dating process. With all of this, it still takes our clients an average of 2 weeks for them to get on their first dates, and usually by week 4, they're getting 1 to 3 dates per week. So even with world-class help from me and my team, which, newsflash, I've been coaching guys since 2016, it still takes them a month to start seeing consistent results. And that's with all the help in the world. Even the guys who go through my program, it takes them an average of 3 to 9 months to end up in a relationship with a woman they're extremely excited about and not settling. Now, suppose you're an average guy without all of this help, you're trying to learn dating apps, cold approach, texting, and master first and second dates on your own. That's easily a 6 to 12 month process to start seeing consistent results. I'm not saying you can't do it alone, but it's much harder and takes much longer. So if you're trying to find a wife, add another year to that timeline to start seeing results and start meeting high quality women. With this math, 2 to 3 years is the most likely amount of time it'll take to find a wife and start a family, unless you plan on settling and just choosing any girl. And if you'd like to shortcut that time horizon as quickly as possible and start getting 1 to 3 dates per week in the next 30 days, which is the average result of my client once they work with me, then click the link below and apply to get personalized help from me and my team. And also check out the free texting course, which shows you exactly what text messages to send on dating apps or over text, and exactly how you can 10x your results from apps like Tinder and Hinge. Now, I want you to genuinely ask yourself this. If you're 30, 35, or even 40, do you think you have 4 to 5 years to spend finding your future wife? No, of course not. Quite frankly, the most common excuse from single guys in their 30s is, I don't have time. Successful men love to say things like, right now I just need to focus on work, or once I hit my financial goals, I'll start taking dating seriously. I'm busy building my business, dating would just be a distraction. But what's really happening here with these men? They're using their career as a shield or as an excuse to avoid things like rejection, failure, or just simply feeling like when it comes to women, they're coming up short compared to every other area of their life. And if you get really honest for a second, you'd know that you're not focused on work. You're focused on shielding yourself from rejection. Most men convince themselves they're too busy chasing success, but deep down, they're just too afraid to face what dating would expose about them, which is that at work, you're the guy, you're the boss. But in dating, you lack all control and your results are completely lackluster compared to every other area. The truth is, if the woman of your dreams DM'd you tonight, you'd find time instantly. And fundamentally, that's the issue. Most men sit around waiting for the perfect opportunity before they take any action. But the truth is, no one is coming to save you. They're stuck in what I call the waiting room, sitting idly by as your prime dating years pass you by, waiting for your name to be called. But newsflash, brother, you're you're not a woman. Waiting for Princess Charming to magically appear in your life and sweep you off your feet is not a dating strategy. It's a coping mechanism you use to avoid facing the truth. There's no phase you're going through. If you're single, lonely, and uninspired by the women you're meeting, it's because you haven't done the work to deserve better yet. If you have no options, you have to go out and create them. They won't be handed to you. And the truth is, every year you waste pretending you're figuring it out is another year where your pool of options shrink. Because for a lot of you guys, the harsh reality is that you're 29 or 32, scrolling through Instagram, watching your high school friends post wedding photos and baby announcements while you're still working on yourself. You tell yourself you're in a growth phase, that you're building your foundation, and that the right woman will come to you naturally once you hit the pinnacle. But deep down, the truth is you're not preparing for anything. You're simply just hiding away from this problem. You're waiting for someone else to fix your loneliness, waiting for confidence to magically appear, and waiting for women to approach you first. You've turned your entire life into a waiting room, and the tragic part is that no one is holding a clipboard with your name on it. No one is coming to save you at the end of the day. Think about every successful thing you've done in your career. Did you wait for your business to become successful? Did you wait for clients to find you? Or did you go out and get them? Did you wait for the right employer to knock on your door and ask you to join their company? Or did you fill out tons of applications? Did you do tons of outbound? Did you constantly iterate your resume until it was obvious that you were the perfect candidate, and then you went out and hustled to find the right opportunity? If you're a successful man, you know that success requires action, yet somehow you've convinced yourself that your love life operates under different rules. Meanwhile, the guy who's younger and less successful than you just married your dream girl because he had the balls to take action and just put himself out there. If this sounds like you and you're still struggling with this, here's what you need to understand. You don't need more time. You need more courage. And right now you're suffering from what I call the hesitation tax. The answer to your dating problems isn't waiting for the right moment. It's doing what you're afraid of doing today. Think about it like this. Every time you hesitate, you pay a tax. You give up some of your time in order to feel comfortable. In other words, you would rather spend your time thinking and avoiding than risking and putting it all out there. Approaching, escalating, talking to women. And the problem with this is that it's a slow bleed. You see the cute girl at the gym or at the coffee shop that you want to approach, but you get nervous, you hesitate, and once you hesitate, the opportunity's already gone. In the moment, it's not that bad. Your life is still the same. Same amount of money in the bank account, you still have six-pack abs, everything is good. But eventually, you'll wake up months or years from now wondering why you're still settling with women. I've coached hundreds of men in this exact situation. They had no social life, hadn't been on dates in several months or even years, and the craziest part was that they were secretly jealous of their friends who were in relationships and starting families. That's exactly what hesitation does. It numbs you into thinking mediocrity is acceptable until years pass and you're stuck wondering where the time went. Many men are stuck in a loop of, oh, I'll just wait till the end of the sales cycle, or I'll wait till I start that new job, or I'll wait till I move cities, and they don't realize that at the end of this excuse they've made for themselves is just another excuse, because once the end of this sales cycle is over, or once you start that new job, guess what? Now you have to settle into the new job, and now you have to get acquainted. Or once you move to that new city, it's more competitive because there's more options, there's more women, and there's more guys who want the same pool of women you're after. So whatever the excuse in your mind is for waiting to get this handled, I promise you, the only thing that's going to come after it is another excuse. And if you're in your 30s, you should know that life will almost never give you perfect conditions. You as a man need to learn to operate and succeed with imperfect conditions, because life is full of imperfection. So many men I talk to say, I'm just not ready yet to approach, to date, and to put themselves out there in any meaningful way. The truth is, another year won't change anything. You don't need more time. And that brings me to my next point, the golden handcuffs. You say you want change, but you do the same thing every single day and every single week. Work, gym, repeat. Your life is successful and efficient, but drastically boring and lacking opportunities to put you in front of women. This is going to sound backwards, but the more successful you are, the harder it becomes to fix your dating life, because the success itself becomes the prison. It's your golden handcuffs. If your life is already an 8 or 9 out of 10 financially, physically, socially, it becomes dangerously easy to justify ignoring the one area of your life that's quietly eating away at you, your dating life. You tell yourself things like, I'll focus on it once I hit that next income milestone, or I'm just getting dialed in at the gym right now, I need to lose a little more weight, or I need to get down to a little lower body fat. I'm traveling a lot, now's not the time to meet someone. But deep down, you know you're just avoiding it, because this is the one area where you don't feel like a high performer, and you've built your whole identity around being that high performing guy. It's like being a black belt in business, but a white belt with women. That's a hit to the ego most guys don't want to face, so they avoid, cope, and distract themselves with more productive success. The truth is, the more optimized your life becomes, the easier it is to lie to yourself. You don't fix your dating life because you don't have to. Everything else is so dialed in that you get to pretend it's not a priority. Put simply, you're comfortable. and that's why you're stuck. You need to realize that if you want a new life, you need to stop repeating the old one. The problem with living the same optimized routine year after year is that while you've been perfecting your comfort zone, the entire dating landscape shifted beneath your feet. And most of dating success is on the other side of your comfort zone. And the truth is, most guys are still stuck using an outdated playbook. I mean, here's the brutal truth no one ever told you about dating, is that in high school and college, you weren't actually good at dating. You were just swimming in what I call warm leads. Back then, attraction was effortless because the game was rigged in your favor. You were constantly surrounded by women your age, in your social circles, and you saw them every single day. You didn't need to learn attraction or dating skills. You just had proximity and easy access to women. But now you're a grown man in a cold market, and you're still using the same outdated playbook that only worked when you had built-in social proof, constant exposure, and zero real competition. Learning to date and meet women when you're in college and have a vibrant social circle, that's a totally different lifestyle than living in a big city where your entire routine is work from home, go to the gym, repeat. When you're in that position, you can't rely on mutual friends or vibes anymore. You need to learn how to generate attraction and desire from scratch on your own. If you're not intentionally building attraction from the first second, you're invisible. Most men never come to this realization and thus never adapt. They keep showing up to the dating market like it's still a college party, but now they're the weird quiet guy in the corner wondering why no one talks to them. The truth is, as a man, you probably didn't get better with age. You just got less visible. In college, you were the life of the party, but now you're the guy in the Whole Foods aisle who doesn't even make eye contact with the attractive girl. If this sounds like you, here's how you can fix it. Number one, you need to stop waiting for the perfect situation, and you need to create it. Approach the women you see in your everyday life. When it comes to online, you need to optimize your dating profiles. Actually go out and get good photos of yourself. Craft a strong, well-intentioned bio that will attract your ideal woman. Actually learn how to master texting and first dates so that when you meet a woman, you're actually able to establish a strong connection with them. If you spend time learning those three things, then there's no way your dating outcomes aren't significantly better than they are right now. And listen, you can spend the next 5 years figuring this out through trial and error, getting ghosted, fumbling approaches, and wondering why women are rejecting you, or you can compress that learning curve into 90 days with a proven system. I've helped hundreds of men your age who struggled with getting dates with women they actually like to getting 1 to 3 dates per week with women they're excited about in just 30 days. Men who are making the same mistakes that you're making right now. The difference? They stopped trying to wing it and got serious about learning from someone who's already cracked the code. So if you're ready to start being the man who women compete for and get this era of your life solved for good, click the first link in the description and apply to work with me. Fair warning, spots are limited and it is definitely not cheap. And I only work with guys who are ready to put in the work, because this is not the program where you pay me money and girls fall from the sky. You actually have to implement what we teach you. Because here's the brutally honest truth. While you're debating whether or not to take action, another man your age is already 3 dates deep with your future wife. The question isn't whether you can afford to invest in fixing this. The question is, can you afford not to? Because mastering the mechanics of modern dating is only half the battle. The other half, that's where most men in this age group get completely blindsided. And it's what I call the potential paradox. Because the truth is, 10 out of 10 women only date men in their 30s who have proof, not potential. What does this mean? When you're a 22-year-old guy, women found your ambition sexy. Your dreams, your 5-year plan, your I'm gonna build an empire speech was attractive because your potential felt infinite. But at the age of 35, that same conversation makes you sound delusional. When you tell a woman about your startup idea or your plan to get in shape, she's not thinking, how exciting, she's thinking, why haven't you done this already? You've had plenty of time. Women your age don't want to hear about who you're going to become. They want to see who you are right now. Because the truth is, your 30s are a showcase, not a sales pitch. You're not auditioning for the role anymore. You either have the credentials or you don't. So you need to stop selling dreams and start showing proof. I mean, just think about it like this. Would you invest your retirement savings with a financial advisor who said, I'm really going to get serious about learning the market this year? Of course not. You want someone with a track record, someone who's already proven they can deliver results. High quality women think the exact same way about men 30 and older. At this age, you either walk in as a man who has it, or you're going to get passed up for a man who does. And this is why actually knowing what you're doing around a woman, being able to lead, being able to build attraction, being able to read social signals and calibrate to the situation, if you don't have these skills locked in by now, it's a massive red flag to women. That's why it's so important to have a consistent system for being able to attract women. And without a blueprint or a formula, you're stuck wasting years of your life guessing and learning what works and what doesn't. Every client I work with ends up saying the same thing. I should have done this years ago. So don't let that be you. So click Click the link, apply now, and let's make the next 90 days the most transformative for your dating life. Otherwise, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.